Wow, what an amazing turnout for Daniel Morgan, our next city council member from District 3. Let's give it up for him.
Thank you, everyone, for coming out tonight. This is honestly a really humbling crowd. The size of it's more, we have a tremendous crowd. We have the best crowds. It's great. So I appreciate you guys all coming out. That was a Donald Trump impersonation, in case, I don't know how bad it was. But thank you guys all for coming out. My name is Daniel Morgan. I'm running for Costa Mesa City Council. I've lived in the city for about 20 years. Oh, slow down? Sorry. My wife's telling me to slow down. I take wisdom from smart people, so I will try to slow down and hold the microphone up. Okay. Lived in the city for 20 years. I'm married to that beautiful lady back there. She just hid. I would hide too. That makes sense. I have my two beautiful daughters in the back, Elizabeth and Kate. If you guys have kids, there's a little coloring book activity they can do. I'll give a prize. I don't know what is legal to, maybe a high five, but whoever draws the best mustache and devil horns or whatever on me gets a prize. We are here tonight because we're here tonight, specifically here tonight in this location for a very unfortunate reason. I decided to run for city council after the Palisade fires. When the Palisades burned down, I remember talking to Christine, having done business in the city, I know how hard it is just to get kind of simple things done. And if catastrophe happens, what are we going to do? How are we going to rebuild? Hopefully for us, catastrophe doesn't happen, but in the meantime, we still have to live here and we still have to function as a city. So the reason why we're here tonight is I met Ben, about a month and a half ago? And as I do with most small business owners, when I talk to them, I ask them, hey, how was your experience opening? I'm not allowed to swear tonight per my campaign manager, so I won't tell you any direct quotes, but I will tell you that it took them over a year longer than it was supposed to open. This is an employee-owned business. This isn't big corporate interests. The people that are working here tonight, they were the people that were impacted. And that's unfortunate. This isn't a one-off event. I have a good friend tonight here who opened a really cool wellness studio in Eastside called Ren. It took them 18 months to open. That may not sound like a long time to you guys. I manage some properties. Don't kill me for it. I'm sorry, I do. But our retail centers typically take 3 to 6 months for a business to open. So 18 months is an absurdly long time. I told them, I'm sorry, but 18 months, you got off pretty easy. Roland, who's the guy who did the catering tonight, Bay Restaurant, honestly, best kept secret in Orange County, best Lebanese food. The guy is a literal psychopath. You have to be a psychopath to think it's a good idea to make an elevated dining experience on an old A-frame Wiener Schnitzel drive-thru on Harbor, but yet he did it. And it is fantastic. It's so good. And and it's such an amenity to the people of the city. This is a hard place to do cool things, and the dude did it. And it only took him 2.5 years. He used to have a lot more hair, but he still looks pretty good. We have my good friend Chris Moore, who is a legend in my mind because what he did, this is the guy that helped redevelop the property where Salty Horse is. Salty Horse, if you don't know, is one of the most popular restaurants in all of Costa Mesa right now, and it's in an area that, dude, it's next to the Alibaba Hotel. You want to talk about doing cool things in hard places? This guy did it, and it took him 3 years. If we want people to do cool things in hard places, we got to make it easy for them. So one of the first things I want to do when I get on city council is I want to roll out something that I learned. I learned the name of it from my friend Russell Toller. It's called Pink Zones. So you're familiar with red tape? It's just less red. It's pink. You go to the building official, you go to the fire marshal, you say, hey, what do we actually need here? Let's get rid of everything else. Instead of drowning people in red tape, let's roll out the red carpet. That's a good one, right? So 3 years is still not that bad. There's Northgate. That took 4 years to open. I don't know if Drew's here tonight, but the owner of Harper Barbecue, he unfortunately wins the prize of the longest that I'm aware of, 7.5 years to open his business. He's very fortunate how he structured his lease. Otherwise, that place would not exist. Per him, about 5.5 of those years were dealing with the city specifically. Now, I'm not going to tell you which one of those restaurants I'm talking about, businesses, but one of those businesses told me in their first year, they generated $5 million of revenue. Now, you may be thinking, that's great. That guy made a lot of money. Those are all low-margin businesses. There's a lot of staff. They're paying rent. They're employing people. That's about $400,000 of sales tax generated, 75 of which would have gone to the city. Extrapolate that across the entire city, because this is not an exception. This is the rule. This is what it's like to do business in Costa Mesa. We talked about our budget crisis. Right now, they're trying to get us to raise taxes on things. And before we raise taxes, perhaps we should make it easy to open businesses. I don't know, it just seems like common sense. But opening businesses isn't the only hard thing to do. I don't know, if you've spent any time with me over the last year, you've heard me talk about the feed barn. It's all I talk about because it makes me so incredibly mad. I don't think Mike's here tonight, but Mike, the owner of the feed barn, the guy's been through hell. Last year I found out about this. My younger daughter, Kate, and I went in to go buy some chicken feed, and we found out that the city made him get rid of his chickens. He got rid of his chickens. I see some of you nodding your heads because you're familiar with the story, but you may not be familiar with the fact that the city of Costa Mesa pressed criminal charges on Mike for having chickens after he got rid of his chickens. I went to court with him the first time that he went. I held the complaint in my hand, and I can tell you they pressed charges under a violation of the livestock ordinance. Chris is a very good reader, right there, thank you, Chris. He read the ordinance. I read part of the ordinance, and then I got tired. He read the ordinance, and it was only 3 paragraphs in. There's a clear exception for people who sell animals are allowed to have livestock. I'm not an attorney. Maybe someone who's smarter can tell me if there's an exception for having chickens or livestock, should you have a criminal charge pressed against you? It feels like that should be a pretty easy no. But the city's position seems to be you, the resident, need to fight the city as an individual against a larger government organization. That doesn't seem right. So the second thing that I want to push out when I get on council is a public advocate committee. I want to have a group appointed by all electeds. We get a diverse group of people where if you have a problem with the city, it gets taken to the committee, and the committee A, daylights it, and B, talks about it and helps force resolution. It's not fair to put residents in a position where they are defending themselves against essentially an open checkbook of the city government. Okay, that's enough about like kind of lame policy things. Thank you. The main thing I want to do is reframe how we operate our city. Some of you won't like this, but stick with me. I think we need to run this city like a business. Some of you are like, business, profit over people. No. My business is a family business. A bunch of you here tonight are our team members. You're either literally my family, or you are forever family, and we love you. And when you work with people that you love, you have an obligation to take care of them. You have to both operate and execute at a high level so that you can continue to provide opportunity for them, but you also have to take care of the people. You have to balance the two, and you have to run it in a sustainable way. So that's my vision for what we can do to Costa Mesa and what we can do in Costa Mesa. It's not going to be easy to do this. I'm going to need your help. There's several ways that you guys can help. Number one, Mike was very generous, said some things about me that I don't think are true, and if I am the smartest person he knows, then he needs new friends. But I really need Mike to be in the mayoral seat. I need Mike to help push the agenda. Mike is committed to help make these changes. I didn't want to run for city council. I've been trying to make changes behind the scenes for 6 to 8 years with no luck. Mike's willing to help get this stuff on the agenda so we can actually make a difference. The mayor has a very important role of helping push the agenda. Number two, tell people about what we're trying to do. If you see something on social media, like, comment, post, share. Post stuff about it. That's nice. It's easy. You can do slacktivism, as they call it. 3, this is probably painful for some of you, contribute. We need money. We're going to need to do a big advertising campaign. I'm not a longtime party person of anything. We're coming in, we're going in, and we're going to do this because the people need this. And actually, a lot of the people I talked to who were longtime government folks said you can't win on permits. But at the end of the day, city government comes down to potholes, police, parks, and permits. And if we can get the permits going, we can get funds to pay for the potholes, the police, and the parks. So we'll start with the permits, we'll work our way back, and then we can fund everything that we need to do. The last thing that I'm going to ask is, if you live in District 3, invite me over. Introduce me to your friends, and let me talk to them. I promise I won't talk this long. We'll answer some questions, and we'll have a good time. All right? So with that, I thank you guys all for coming tonight. Enjoy your drinks, enjoy your food, and let's have a good night. Thank you so much.